Shalom, giving all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and giving double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone that taught us his truth. And salutations to the elect that are scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. To you I say Shalom. America, Babylon the Great, specifically speaking, is corroding, eroding very, very quickly. And what I mean by very, very quickly is just look at the decline of America since, let's just go back to 2019, right? Not even 10 years ago. We can even go back 10 years ago. Look at the state that America has been in within these last 10 years. It's declined very, 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 very quickly. All right. The morality has declined very quickly. Women, a lot of things, have changed. You know what? Let me get this real quick. Let me look this up. The script, what it say? It say by 2030, women will be single and childless. Right? Before I even get into this article, before I even get into it, look at this shit, man. Okay. There you go right there. There you go right there. Right there. Right? So this is going to add to my point, right? Because it all ties in together. This is from CNBC.com. It says more men in their prime working years, which is from 25 to, I think, 55, are neither working nor looking for jobs. Here's why. A growing number of men in their prime working years, ages 25 to 54, are dropping out of the workforce. About 10.5% of that group, or roughly 6.8 million men nationwide, were neither working nor looking for employment in August 2024. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, education is an important predictor of men's odds of being out of the labor force. So these men are finally waking up, because you got a lot of people not just waking up to what America really is about. All right, the American dream was a lie. This is why these men are saying F it. And majority of these men, they don't have children. When you look at single men in America, right, or single women in America, they're about 10% of men. I think it was like 15% of men out of men, they create all the children. So there's a lot of single men in America, because the same guys get all the women and they create all the children. So there's a lot of men that's saying, I don't have a family, I don't have a house, I don't have a wife or a kid. So what the hell he going out there breaking his back for and busting his balls for? And some people, they might think that, okay, you're being lazy, but these men are waking up. Like, say if they do work for a job for 30 years, that's not guaranteed that they'll retire or they'll have a house, or, So people are waking up to what America, Babylon the Great really is. And it says education is an important predictor of men's odds of being out of the labor force. A lot of men are not going to college anymore. You can look that up. Look that up yourselves. A lot of men, they're deciding to just say F college. They're not going to go. Because what does college leave you with? You got people with 4-year degrees getting out of college and can't find a decent job. Or if they do find a job, it's low paying. And then all you get is student loans. So there's something wrong with America, and people are quick men are quickly finding this out. And if this continues to go on, all right, I'm gonna get them to get the scriptures, because men are the welfare of a city. All right, women, they have their place. You know, I'm not knocking women, because, hey, women are needed in a society. But the men are the backbone of a society. And when men don't want to take certain jobs because they don't have, men work because they got families, they got children, they want to do things, right? And testosterone has a lot to do with that. And a lot of these men here in America, their testosterone and their hormones are out of whack. That's why a lot of men are infertile. They can't have children because the foods that they're eating are disrupting the hormones, the clothes that we wear. All right, even the bottles we drink out of is hormone disrupting. And a lot of these men, their hormones are out of whack. A lot of them, they just sit at home and they play video games and they don't want to deal with women. There's a movement going on, anti-women, you know, the podcast era where there's a gender war. It's a lot of shit going on that pertains to this, man, this workforce shit. Right? It's not just black and white. Men are not men anymore as well. Because if we were half of our fathers, right, I think they did a study, I looked this up years ago, where our grandfathers, they had a way higher testosterone rate than we did. So imagine our sons, the men that are working now, the men under us, how much slash is their testosterone than ours? You know, so we got to look at that, because each generation is getting weaker. And the scriptures speak about that. In the book of, let me see. I'm going to try and find it. Weaker. There you go. 2 Ezra 14:7. It says, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age. So much more that shall the evils increase upon them that dwell therein. So the world is getting weaker. Men are getting weaker, mentally and physically. People are just deteriorating because, why? This is why. Isaiah 24 and verse 5. The earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Everything's defiled now. All right. It's not in its original state because they have transgressed the laws. Who? Starting with the so-called rulers, the so-called white man. He's the ruler. He's the manager who is in charge to manage the earth in this time, because the Lord sets up rulers to manage the earth. And when they have their time, they're supposed to manage it accordingly. They're supposed to manage and take care of the earth. That's why we need new management. They're supposed to set the laws. They're supposed to make sure people got clean water. They're supposed to make sure people are safe and in a good estate. But like the scriptures say, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. So they, starting with those people, the rulers, they have transgressed the law. The ordinances that they set up are against God. In certain states here in America, you can have sex with an animal. You can commit bestiality. Adultery is not condemned in America. All right, there are a lot of things what's wrong with America, man. And that's why America is cursed. It says, they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenants. So they took the book and they threw it behind them. The way that we were supposed to live, these laws are still supposed to be in place to rule and govern the earth accordingly, so that everything will be in its proper order. It says, verse 6, therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men are left. And that's going to happen. All right, the earth is going to get devoured. Why? Because people, they don't care about the Most High. They don't care about the Most High laws. So everything is, matter of fact, let me read verse 4. Isaiah 24 and 4, the earth mourneth. and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. And people are slowly pining away. You notice people are that since that jump shot and this bullshit medicine, people going to the hospital, people are dying early. Younger people are getting cancer. Right? You got young people in their 20s getting cancer, man. Like at a rapid rate. This is if this continues to go on, man. This is not good. Okay, we got to get out of here. It says the long-term decline in labor force participation by so-called prime age men is a tremendous worry for our society, our economy, and probably our political system. No shit, because men are the backbone of a society. Men do things women don't want to do. Women don't want to crawl in sewers. Women don't want to go up on skyscrapers and clean windows or go hundreds of feet in the air and fix turbine fan winds and do all these other things. Right? Men got dangerous jobs, important jobs, water plants, and, the infrastructure of a society was built by men and it being managed by men. So if men don't want to work, society is if it's going at this rate, society is screwed, because men feel like that they're getting the shitty end of the stick. So this is a clear indicator that America, Babylon the Great. I mean, this is clear and plain as day. If you can't see that this is a problem and that this is something's wrong. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus 38 in verse 27. It says, so every carpenter and workmaster that laboreth night and day, and they that cut and grave seals and are diligent to make great variety, and give themselves to counterfeit imagery, and watch to finish a work. Right? You got carpenters, workmasters, labor day and night, which are men. A lot of these men do those jobs. Not saying that women don't, but a majority of it is men. It says the smith also sitting by the anvil and considering the iron work, the vapor of the fire, waste of his flesh. Okay? You got men in the ancient world, they call him the smith, and dealing with these steel, and he got to work with that heat. It said, so men do things that women, it says waste of his flesh, and he fighteth with the heat of the furnace. The noise of the hammer and the anvil is ever in his ears, and his eyes look still upon the pattern of the thing that he maketh. He setteth his mind to finish his work, and watcheth to polish it perfectly. All right, these are the men and the work that they do. But now we don't have men. Men don't want to work no more. All right, this is going down the list of certain jobs. So doth the potter sitting at his work and turning the wheel about his feet, who is always carefully set at his work and maketh all his work by number. He fashioneth the clay with his arm and bowed down his strength before his feet. He applied himself to lead it over, and he is diligent to make clean the furnace. All these trust to their hands, and everyone is wise in his work. This is the point. Without these cannot a city be inhabited. Okay? So in the ancient world, those were very important jobs. Just like now, you got jobs that men occupy right now that is needed to uphold a society. And if these men decide to, we've got a perfect example. The dock strike. Right? They talking about prices increasing by 800%. These men that hold these positions, all right, if they stop, they just walk out and they say, I ain't working no more. The cities cannot be inhabited. Truck drivers that transport these goods, cities cannot be inhabited. You got workers that are grinding at the mill figuratively, right? In these warehouses that you don't see, they work graveyard shift. If these men don't work, you don't get food on your shelves. All right? It says, without these cannot a city be inhabited. America is declining. All right? We don't know what's going to happen with this dock strike. All right? But without these, a city cannot be inhabited. There are a whole bunch of stuff on those cargo ships, and men have to unload them. Cranes and different heavy equipment. It says, and they shall not dwell where they will, nor go up and down. They can't do what they want. They got a job to do. Okay? The Lord set up certain men in a society to do what they do. So that what? The city can be inhabited. So if men don't want to work no more, that is of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. So that city cannot be inhabited, so that it could corrode